Hi, everybody. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today we're here to talk about Wild Chorus Oracle by Abacus Corvus, which is a group of two sisters that do art. They make art together, and they created this oracle deck of some of their art pieces. And it says Wild Chorus amplifies the voices of the natural world to remind you of your place in the heart of the world. It's 52 cards with a full color guidebook, and it says it's made with love by Karina and Joe of Abacus Corvus. And that's where you can find it, or they may have an Etsy store too. I'm not sure. I will put the links in the description box below. I got this from Kickstarter, and I think it's so sweet and lovely. So I wanted to share it here today. So let's get it out of the box. No ribbon or anything. And when I got them, the cards kept getting stuck in the tray. The tray doesn't slip down, but that last card did get stuck. So I put this index card there to keep it from doing that, and now I don't have any issues with it. So if you have this and you have that problem, just stick an index card in the bottom. That'll keep the cards from being stuck. It does have the thumb hole cut out. Here's the book. It has a glossy cover and glossy pages. Here's the table of contents. So you just have a little bit of introduction, and then it gets right into the writing for all of the pieces, and each one is in alphabetical order in the book, so easy to find. So it says, this Oracle deck is over a decade in the making. Every image is an original collaborative painting made by us, the siblings, Karina and Joe. We've been making art together since 2011, and over the years we've learned we also collaborate with our ancestors and guides, the flora and fauna, where we make our art, and energies we can only vaguely name, like spirits of time and place. And you, even if we never meet, um, we've been reaching out to you and thinking of you as we made each image. In this deck, you'll discover moments of lift and moments of descent, vibrantly clear messages, and comically mysterious ones. We also hope you'll find your own voice in this chorus of wild collectivity. This deck wants to support you as you claim your own magic and agency during these times of great uncertainty and change. It told us this in no uncertain terms. And then it says, Wild Course is not a good vibes only spiritual tool. It speaks to you from the vast, complex, thorny, but gorgeous wholeness of which you are a part. 3 years writing the book, from putting in information from their own lives and practices. Joe is a therapist, and Karina is a consulting astrologer. So they found the voices of the deck to be warm, philosophical, and wryly humorous. But you may find other voices too. And they suggest that you use the guidebook in conjunction with the images to find your meaning. And then they give an example about how they pulled a card once and the guidebook advised one thing, but the picture, they found something else in the picture, and that was more what they were looking for. So you can do it that way. Then there's information about doing a reading. They've got a couple of spreads in here, and then it gets into, actually, it's just the one spread, and then it gets into the guidebook. You have a full color illustration, the title that's written on the card, and the titles do jump kind of around the card, and they kind of become a part of the artwork. So it's nice to have it written here just in case you couldn't quite catch what it said. And then you've got 3 keywords, some information about what you're seeing in the image, and then sort of a divination or advice, and then an attunement, which is like a visualization to go along with the card. And we'll read one at the end so you can kind of get a feel. And they're all the same, they're all just like that. You get one page of image and one page of writing for all of the cards. And then in the back, you have about the artists and about the authors and some special thanks to some testers and stuff. And that's the guidebook, and we'll get further into it after we look at the cards. Here are the backs up close. I think they're very beautiful. This is one of my favorite, most soothing, one of my favorite colors that's the most soothing to me. So this deck is pretty soothing anyway. So to have those backs was just a plus for me personally. So I'm gonna read the titles out because they do jump around the card. So this one says, in recognition of harm done, and you see they've put flowers where the tree should be, but it's been cut down. Right? So it says, tend the edges. This one says, sing a future not yet known. And I think Corvus is Latin for crow. So I think we do see quite a few crows in this deck. I think this says Inteleshi, and in the book it says that this in Greek, that it refers to the force that guides any organism towards growth. So this would be, the keywords for this would be like reaching, growth, promise, that kind of stuff. Alchemy. Turning the certainty. So certainty being turned upside down, meaning maybe you're feeling a little bit spun out, confused, suspended, something like that. So it says, the depths rise to meet us. This one says, where I am not. Clearing. Like they're burning something here. Everything is unfolding perfectly. With his face covered, he's got his eyes covered. He's writing it backwards, and everything is perfect. It's fine, no problem. To begin, we've got the flowers sprouting here in the snow. No rush. This one says, shh. He's trying to sneak up on his shadow. Healing with the honey. Share the risk. Want the change. A spell for letting go. So I see that, there's this red ribbon tied around this crow's foot, and the scissors. These are stork scissors, cutting the ribbon. Also, it looks like someone broke the cup, and all these shells are spilling out. And it's like the crow looks to be either putting them in and they're still spilling out. It's a very interesting picture. It doesn't look like there's a lot in the image, but when you start to really look at it and then look at the words a lot, I don't know, it kind of taps on the edge of your intuition, So it says, why not fall apart? I think these make for great meditative cards. So what I plan to do, I've been pulling just one card a day and just thinking about it over coffee, but this one says safe passage. But I think I want to bring these into a meditation practice where I sit and actually, meditate on them. The pursuit of perfection is the pursuit of death. Oh, look, the penguins are so wonderful. I love penguins, guys. When I saw this card, I was like, penguins! It says existential navigation. I love elephants too. Fill the space. The moon is always full. Perspective. Begin again. Asleep in the body's boat. It looks like definitely a covered body in this boat. Find the shimmer. Like he's pulled a geode there. Wild awake. We see a lot of crows, a lot of bears. This is a lot of animals that I would expect to see in like the northern part of the country that I live in, or even like the East Coast, like the Appalachian areas. Magic over fear. But even on the West Coast, you would find some of these. Mostly in the mountains, I think. A hush holds. It's beautiful. This lynx. All of it for all of us. I do believe Corvus is Latin for crow. So that makes sense that we would see so many crows. They obviously have an affinity to crows. Their your studio name is, you know, Latin for crow. You belong between message and messenger. Blessed unrest. The hum and the holler. Still here. Flock. And I love that we have all of these different types of birds sitting here roosting together. Open and empty. Not empty yet, but going to be empty for sure. Stay close. Our beloved depths. Full stop. May your voice be heard. Look at him. He's a little wolf trying to get his voice heard. Sing out in grief and love. I think this says Geyer, and I did look it up, but I can't remember what it said now. Let me just look it up really quickly. So it says complex change, churning, overwhelm, and then it says a stormy sea folds in on itself, waves massing over the horizon, and a spiral pattern forming where they crest and meet. Nothing in this image is horizontal or still. Even the sky mirrors the bottle green of the sea, whose hypnotic reflections show infinitely complex movements of water meeting water. When you find yourself in this, is it gyre or gyre? I'm not sure. I've never heard this word before. Your ordinary navigational tools may be ineffective. Your rudder is overpowered. Your compass is scrambled. You may be spun into the calm center or ricocheted out into the chaotic edges. Okay. And then there's more there. So this says grace follows awkward. Eros, this beautiful red flower, and a panther, leopard. Before words, may I experience this completely. Supported. Surrender your sorrow. I thought it was interesting that they have this sign of fire here with supported, because it looks to me, when I look at this, I don't see fire. I would see air, but this triangle indicates fire, right? Even though I see air and it talks about it, the triangle makes me think fire. The guidebook does speak a little bit about courage and stuff, and for the supported card, so it kind of brings it together. I don't know if you can see here, it says beside and then time. So beside time, we make a circle. And in the guidebook, it speaks about circle casting in this card. And then we have home with the little raccoons. And the final one is you are deeply loved. Very sweet. So I think I mentioned the cardstock is a buttery semi-gloss. Very beautiful. It feels very nice, very bendy. And it is the size of a Hay House Oracle card. So that's a Hay House Oracle card. You can see they are the same size. And the up against the tarot card, that's the size. Shuffling them is a dream. They shuffle like OG US Games or OG Los Garabeo. Very nice. And because I have short hands, I always have to side shuffle them because I can't do it the other way. But we got one. That one came out. But yeah, the overhand is nice as well. I can do it this way as well. Very nice shuffle. So let's read for Grace Follows Awkward. They are in alphabet. Look, it popped right open. They are in alphabetical order, so it's really easy to find. Here is the if you want to read it for yourself. Oh, am I too close? There we go. Okay, so it says do it anyway. Permission, making good mistakes. Three cranes encounter one another in shallow water and perform an ungainly dance. In these movements, in the in these bodies, awkwardness and grace are woven together. The card offers a vision of beauty that is less about a picture perfect moment and more about an experimental dance. With these cranes, we allow awkwardness to open up a process of liberation. In this exploratory mode, there is room to make mistakes and missteps and fold them into the flowing of learning and attuning. This card gives you permission to move in ways that feel unfamiliar, to practice something for which you do not yet have the muscle memory. But this is not a practice makes perfect spell. The goal isn't to tolerate a little awkwardness until you can move more gracefully. Rather, it asks you to welcome awkwardness as a door into improvisation, freedom, and creating your own values. Bring some weirdness into your situation without getting too hung up on how it looks from the outside. You and maybe others are making up the steps as you go along, and that's as it should be. Why not appreciate whatever clunkiness or awkwardness you may otherwise be tempted to criticize? The attunement says join in the dance before you know the steps, flap about as much as you need to, let your beauty become comedy, become beauty, claim your deep dorkiness, and nothing here is cringeworthy. So that is the messages that you can receive from the guidebook. And that is the Wild Chorus Oracle. So, what do you guys think of this one? Did you back this on Kickstarter and receive it? If you did, let me know in the comments below what you're thinking of it. I really am looking forward to doing some meditation with some of these cards. I wonder, I've not used them for divination yet. Um, I don't know if I ever will, to be honest. I think that they make great sort of daily inspiration cards. Look at this little wolf. May your voice be heard. So, like, get a message for the day. Like, what is a message from spirit for today? What can I consider for my day, kind of thing. And these images are so sweet. I have the Liminal Forest Oracle from MJ Cullinane, and this it kind of reminds me of that one, but in a much sweeter, lighter voice. So I have ideas of maybe if at some point using them together for like maybe a light and shadow kind of pull for the day for daily pulls, but for right now, I'm just enjoying working through the cards one by one and just reading from the guidebook and thinking about the artwork. So that's what I've been doing with it. If you have it, let me know what you've been doing with it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle, and I would love to have you chat with me in the comments below. Links in the description box below. If you want to see if you want to get this deck, I'll put the links where, I'll put the creator's website. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. I'll put the creator's website as well as if I can find an Etsy, I'll put that down below as well. And that's it. So until I see you guys next time, I'm going to leave the penguins in the middle because I love penguins. Stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye.